Tonight, the 31-3-2 first place Caledonia Corvairs try to avenge last night's overtime loss as they face their division rivals, the 22-10-4 second place St. Catharines Falcons. Good evening, welcome to the Haldeman County Caledonia Center. I'm John Molson. Brock Ackerman had his first goal as a Falcon last night. The opening goal at 7:05 of the first. Jake Brown responded on the power play at 13:07 for a 1-1 score at the first intermission. The top two teams in the conference traded goals through the rest of the game. Luke Sinclair tied the game at 3 with 1:24 remaining in the third to secure a point for the Corvairs. Tyler Morrison got the OT winner with 1:27 remaining. Broderick Kelly and Justin Falker assisted on the game-winning goal. Shots on goal in the game last night. The Corvairs out shooting the Falcons 39-30, just waiting upon the national anthems as we now all stand here at the HCCC. Tyler Morrison leading the Falcons last night with 2 goals. Morrison fourth in league scoring with 20 goals, 58 overall total points. As we have a presentation at center ice before tonight's 7th meeting of the year between the Corvairs and Falcons.
December players of the month. In goal, number 30, Mark Sinclair. Percentage of 93.4%. Ladies and gentlemen, goaltender of the month for December, Mark Sinclair. He's still standing there. He must be going to make another presentation. Defenseman of the month of December, Corvair number 3, Riley Van Horn. Cold weather makes him play better. Cold plus a line of +5. Defenseman of the month of December. Number 3, Riley Van Horn.
Congratulations to Van Horn and Mark Sinclair. The Corvairs winning 8 of the 9 Player of the Month awards throughout the first 3 months of the season. as we get set for the final meeting of the year between the Falcons and Caledonia Corvairs. The Falcons victorious last night by a score of 4-3. As De Laurentiis and Evans take the opening draw, the Falcons win it. They slide it back to the defense, and Miller clears it up to the Caledonia blue line. Kelly across to Miller, back to Kelly, with Lepore charging up the far side wall. The disc missed by Blunt, and sneaking in behind Evans is the Caledonia defender Forsland, and he picks it up now at the far side, clears it back inside the Falcon line into the corner, centering pass. Matt Hoare's side of the net on the pass out far corner from Tyler Lepore. Lepore with a goal and an assist in the 4-1 victory in Roland last Sunday night. Brown in behind the net. Has his stick lifted by Ryan Doucette. Doucette with a man on his back, Peacock, but Doucette plays it down the near board where Entma comes out to play the puck for the Corvairs. Peacock, the shot, hits the outside of Cerconi, and Cerconi on the afterthought pins him up against the board in beyond the end line. Peacock with a second chance at the side wall to the right. Ratchford winds up and they score! Todd Ratchford, top of the blue line, slightly to the right, and it looked like it was tipped. Connor Patton coming across the Caledonia bench first, so we'll give him credit for the first Caledonia goal. Connor Patton from Todd Ratchford, just 26 seconds into period number 1. Tanev to the corner, Bramwell underneath, Falker checking him. Mans along with Tanev. 126, excuse me, a correction on my part. Thought Ratchford 95 was up at the top of the blue line. 95% of that shot was the effort off the blue line, but the very slight tip in front of the net out to the far corner. Patton on the far side at the 126 mark, and the Corvairs look for an early start, an early fast start, following their unfortunate loss last night. The Corvairs winning the first 4 meetings of the year. A big hit there by McEnany on the number 8 forward, Jacob Parasato. Parasato at 6'1", tries to clear it up to Blakely. Kelly the backhand, and Parasato bats it the rest of the way up to the Caledonia blue line. Blunt, Trublin now in the neutral zone, loses it to Parasato. Sinclair to the sideboard and cleared in by Cosimo Fontana. Broderick Kelly, the ex-OHLer, the goal scorer in game number 4 of that thrilling triple overtime game last spring. The Corvairs winning the Sutherland Cup in game number 7. De Laurentiis now out to take the face-off. His first game as a Corvair, scoring 30 goals last year in the OJHL, spending part of the year with the Hamilton Red Wings and Wellington Dukes. The whistle going with the puck on the sideboards. 16:49 to play, first period of play, just underway, but the Corvairs with the 1-0 lead on the Connor Patton deflection, as Forsland clanks it off the boards and played inside his own line by Brett Brooker. Jake Evans in behind the net. Entma, a mishandle by Forsland. The cross-ice feed in front of the net. Paolo D'Souza with a quick shot. Now a shot from the left side of the blue line by Brandon Cercone. Ziernik out to play it. Lepore on the far side board by the end line. Forsland tries to glove it down. And Hoare and Brett Brooker now in a commotion behind the St. Catharines net. Hoare still with words to say. 4 men back in behind the net for the Falcons, so Hoare makes the good decision to keep a cooler head and skate back to the bench on a line change. Chippiness still going as Patton gives Jake Evans a slight touch on the near wall. Ratchford knocked down. No call on Devin Reimerchuk right at center ice. Should have been a call on Reimerchuk right at the red line. Brown lets it go. Ratchford back for the Corvairs. Dozy tries to make a play, but Entma, the Caledonia goaltender, out to make the play for the Corvairs. Patton clears it in, the high wrister, and Ziernik gloves it down with 15:33 remaining in the period. Ziernik a perfect 7-0 since being called up to the Falcons. A 198 goals against average and a .927 save percentage. A face-off out to his right-hand side. Peacock on the sidewall, clears it in behind the Falcon net for Patton. Picked up sidewall, the behind-the-back pass by Jake Brown. Patton the turnaround, looking for Peacock. Peacock spins around, can't find the puck in his feet. The second chance, the pass from Brown out to the right side of the blue line. Back to Peacock, and he's checked and has it taken away by Broderick Kelly. Falling down as Patton, the 1-on-2, and man slammed up against the wall by the number 4 defender, Moran. A nice play by Moran on the far wall. Man's down by himself after Patton got tripped up in the neutral zone. But Mann still managing to make a play on the far corner despite the heavy hit by Moran. Mann's going 1-on-3 with 3 men back for Caledonia. Blakely the draw. It's swung around the boards by Moran. Patton lets it go, and an icing on the play as Brooker looks on. We'll take a break. 14:37 remaining first period. You're watching Caledonia Corvairs hockey on YouTube. Blakely in the draw against Brown. Blakely sliding into the corner, and the Corvairs play it up the wall on the second opportunity. Moran slides it across to Peacock. Moran cutting to the net. Moran unable to catch a piece to the far corner, and a big hit on Moran by the number 72 forward Blakely. Blakely now going to the opposite side for a hit on the smaller Tanev. Blakely at 5'10", and Tanev not much bigger. We'll check his stats. Tanev also at 5'10", 155 pounds, but Blakely definitely the aggressor on that shift. Purdy with Tanev on his left, Bramwell on the right, the defense core of Forsland and Todd Ratchford. Bramwell cuts to the net, and a fluttering pass in the air, and Ziernik somehow able to get a glove on it. Bramwell cutting across from the far board, and a rainbow shot, and Ziernik catching the shot with the left hand. Bramwell gonna go to the box, perhaps a goaltender interference call. Face-off down deep in the Caledonia zone. Jake Evans with Tyler Jackson on his right wing. Evans wins the draw, but it's quickly picked up by the number 21 forward, DiLorenzo, or Forsland, excuse me. Forsland, the defender, sending it the length of the ice. Evans tripped up in the corner. Broderick Kelly, top of the blue line. Across to Morrison, over to the corner, back to Morrison. Kelly has a look, head up, slides it down the sidewall to Evans, down to the end line. Bramwell in the box for another 120 for goaltender interference. And the pass back to the blue line. Purdy catching a bit of the shoulder of Connor Timmins. And the pass by Timmins goes errant as a result. Purdy around the wall, off the half board, but not out. Kelly to Timmins, back to Kelly, and over to the left sideboard. Over to the end line, the shot by Morrison. It hits the backboard and comes out the near side. Centering pass, Morrison, the high arcing shot over top the Caledonia net. Evans gathers it in, sees Tyler Jackson on his left-hand side. Timmins to the left side of the blue line. Kelly back down the half wall. Morrison to the end line, side of the net. Entma gets down low, and a nice save off the lower pads by Entma. The turnaround by Evans. The slide across by Jackson along the end line, and now Morrison checked up against the end wall by Fontana. There was a low shot by Scott Timmins, but the shot going wide. Timmins fanning a little bit on the shot, and the Corvairs clearing the puck from the far wall. The Corvairs getting back to full strength, 91.7% on the power play, first in the league on the year. Hoare at the half wall. Underneath him is the Falcon right winger, Sircone. Took a second there to see his number on the sleeve. Kind of hard to see with those traditional checkerboard sleeves. The Falcons wearing the same style uniform for many years. The Corvairs wearing the standard blue uniforms since their inception. The changeover from the Brantford Golden Eagle organization of 2012 before coming here in the 2012-2013 campaign. The Corvairs winning the division that year before being knocked out on an upset by the Culletons. And of course winning it all last year, and both of these teams looking forward to another long run as the season nears to a close. Caledonia with 36 games played, 13 more games remaining in their regular season, as it's picked up by Falker, cleared down the far side board, and it just gets out of play over the glass as the puck rolls down into the end stands. 33 seconds to the midway point of period number one. The only goal, the Connor Patton very slight deflection off the shot off the right side of the blue line at the 126 mark. McEnany moves with speed down the far side wall. He intercepts it with that still gathered speed. Moran the shot, Trublin's side of the net, and Ziernik out to make the stop, sprawling along the near side of his crease as both teams make changes. Caledonia winning the first 4 games of this season series, highlighted by the November 25th 8-1 drubbing of the Falcons in St. Catharines. That was a Tuesday night, and the Falcons victorious in the last 2. the 3-2 victory on December the 20th, breaking the Corvairs 22-game win streak. And then, of course, last night's game, the aforementioned game off the top of our broadcast, the 4-3 overtime loss. Talked to a couple fans before the game. They were not happy with last night's officiating. Brown wins the draw, slides it ahead, Brooker to the sidewall. As the Falcons intercept the puck, D'Souza to the right side, the center clears it in. And now Caledonia back the other way, and the shot by Patton hits the glass. He goes to the corner. Brown with Manny Mans. Mans able to get it and backhand it out to the right side of the line. D'Souza with speed, gets around Forsland, his shot, and a magnificent save by Entma at the near side. The Falcons picked it up inside their own blue line, slid it down to D'Souza. D'Souza picked it up at about the red line, managed to body himself in behind Forsland. And now it looks like D'Souza will go to the box. Perhaps an infraction heading toward the net. I know D'Souza had a lot of speed going down that right side. De Laurentiis wins the draw, but having to come off the left side of the blue line is Lepore. Back and forth with Blunt, and Lepore now on the far wall, still has it across to the end line. Blunt left side to Tanev. Tanev down low for De Laurentiis. Tanev's side of the net, and it's knocked aside by the captain, Broderick Kelly. Caledonia's Blunt able to play it in deep, centering pass looking for Tanev. Broken up far side wall. Lepore plays it down the far corner. De Laurentiis to Lepore. Lepore's shot. Blunt moves off the blue line. Blunt not able to get much on the backhand. Ziernik with the save. Felker tying up the upper body of Blunt. Kelly in there as well, having a discussion angled off to his right with the newcomer De Laurentiis. 1:06 remaining on the penalty to Paulo D'Souza. Both teams make a full change, and looks like offsetting minors as Felker. No, two men are going to go in the box for the Corvairs. A result of that discussion down behind the Falcon net. Matt Hoare in the box. Felker for St. Catharines. D'Souza still in there, and still can't tell who the other Corvair is.
St. Catharines Falcons number 5, Justin Felker. 2 minutes for roughing after the whistle. And Caledonia Corvairs number 19,
Doucette to the sidewall, has his stick lifted. Bramwell with Van Horn on his right. Van Horn, the December defenseman of the month. So much ado about nothing, really. Two offsetting minors, but not necessarily necessary penalties. Doubling up on my alliteration there, but nonetheless, Ratchford picks it up inside his own blue line with Purdy angled to his right. They draw past to Purdy, and Purdy's shot high over top the net and off the glass. Jackson to the net, the deep, and the big kick save by Entma. What a right emphatic kick save on the right side by Entma. Entma at 11-1-2 on the year, and now bodied heavily into the boards by Tyler Morrison. Bramwell hit heavily on the far side board. Purdy to the box, and a cross check coming. It was a fallen Caledonia player on the far wall. Thought the penalty was coming up to St. Catharines. But Purdy on the cross check, sitting down for 2 minutes as the Falcons go to the two-man advantage. The Falcons on the power play, #1 in the league, 24.1%. Forsland clears to the line, but not out. Kelly right side, over to Timmins. Timmins down to the end line. Evans back to Timmins. Connor Timmins to the side wall for Kelly. Timmins to the end line. The Falcons boxing in, still yet to register a shot. And a quick shot by Evans, gloved down by Entma. The Falcons spending too much time, 45 seconds of the two-man advantage, playing it around the perimeter before Evans got the first shot at the near corner. Timmins to Kelly, back to Timmins, down the sidewall. Evans cross-ice feed for Kelly, Tanev. Timmins the fake shot to the end line. Evans to Mans. It goes off the skate of Tanev, and the shot and clanked off the post by Tyler Morrison. Timmins the cross-ice feed. Morrison wide open, but his shot hit the far outside of the post. 39 seconds remaining on the penalty to Purdy now. 6 minutes to go in the period. My apologies for not getting the commercial break in, but the Falcons went to the 2 power plays, and we go to 5:45 remaining in the period. 18 seconds remaining in the call to Purdy. Cross ice feed. Tyler Jackson stopped up at the blue line, in behind the back. Turning around in the corner is Nicholas Dozy. Dozy with a game-winning goal in the previous series of 6 games between these two teams, and the shot side of the net by Miller, and Entma hanging on to make the save. Dozy with the game winner in the December 20th game. Mark Sinclair in net for the Corvairs in that one. 3 goals against, 23 saves. Ziernik with a win, 2 goals against, 37 saves. Of course, these 2 goalies, the same 2 that played in last night's game. The Falcons coming out on top 4-3 in overtime. Delayed call, Entma to the bench. And it's played by the newcomer DiLorenzo back to the blue line. Touched up by Miller, and a slashing call coming up to the Falcons. We'll take a break as both teams change lines. The Corvairs heading to the power play. You're watching Corvair hockey on YouTube. DeLaurentis with Hoare on his left wing, Peacock on the right. Caledonia wins the draw, plays it around the outside. Blunt to Lepore, down the half wall. Back to Lepore. Sidewall, DeLaurentis tries to find Blunt cutting in back door, but it's broken up in front of the net by Hildebrand and sent the length of the ice. Lepore to DeLaurentis, Hoare in behind him. DeLaurentis cuts straight to the net. Peacock at the end line. DeLaurentis cutting toward the front of the net now and staying there. Lepore off the side wall. So the Corvairs trying to take advantage of DeLaurentis' scoring touch from the OJHL. In his first game tonight as a Corvair shot, Lepore. Peacock fed Lepore, Peacock off the far wall, using his size to create space. Found Lepore open, and Lepore on the forehand. Ziernik with the big save on the near corner. De Laurentiis up the far wall for Hoare, and Hoare knocked heavily to the ice, and Peacock now exchanging a body check on Miller as a result of his previous hard hit down that far side. Miller able to lay a heavy body check and clear the puck the length of the ice all in one motion. Doucette under the end line. Digging away is the Corvairs Fontana. Ratchford winds up, and his shot blocked by Josh Miller. Miller and Ratchford now go after the loose puck, and Ratchford goes flying into the end wall. Caledonia near side as the two players come together chasing after the puck. Patton plays it up to the neutral zone beside the St. Catharines bench for Brown. Ratchford, Patton ahead of him. Patton managing to stay on side. Shot by Ratchford, and Brooker intercepts and clears out a play at his own bench. Caledonia a full 24 points ahead of the Falcons. Welland a point back of the Falcons with 2 games in hand. Welland in action tomorrow night, 7 o'clock on home ice against the Thorold Blackhawks. Welland winners of 4 of their last 5, so they're red hot as well, with the exception of their 1 loss to Caledonia, the 4-1 loss last Sunday, and the shot by McEnany sails high and off the glass into the near corner Falcon zone. Moran plays it off the wall, intercepted by Sircone. D'Souza at the far blue line, taken away once again by Purdy. The pass down through center from the Caledonia defender, McEnany to Bramwell. Tanev now winds up, whips a wrist shot, the rebound, a low toe save by Ziernik on the low shot by McEnany. Moran neutral zone. McEnany whips it around the board. It hits the end board in behind the Falcon net and comes out the near side. Purdy in the high slot. The shot by Blunt. It goes wide, and the turnaround and cleared out by Nicholas Dozy. Blakely getting back as Luke Sinclair heads to the net for the Corvairs. Wind up by Blunt, and kicking out the right pad is Ziernik, and he kicked the puck right to his glove. A nice save there by Ziernik. Blakely and Sinclair on the draw. Blakely to the corner. Played up the far wall by Timmins. Forsland through the neutral zone looking for Trublin, but it's once again broken up by the Falcon defense. Blakely to the far wall, hits Parasato on the backhand. He plays it in behind the end line for the number 91 forward Tyler Hildebrand. In behind the back of Forsland, so he shoves his man off, Timmins, and the Corvairs able to get the disc inside their blue line as a result. Fontana slips a check. Centering pass, shot by Forsland, and another glove save by Ziernik. The Corvairs, I'd say, having the large advantage in this first period in terms of good scoring, quality scoring chances. The only goal, the Connor Patton goal at the 126 mark. Hoare the turnaround shot, and another glove save by Ziernik. The Falcons did have that 1-2-man advantage, but just the one shot by Jake Evans. And he lines up now in the left circle opposite De Laurentiis. De Laurentiis wins the draw, but the long pass back to the left side of the blue line, too far for Ratchford. Corvairs immediately right back to the attack. De Laurentiis a wrist shot off the pads of Ziernik at the buzzer. The only goal of the first, the Connor Patton goal at 1:26. The deflection, Peacock drawing the only assist. Once again, I'm calling it Todd Ratchford, so check the official website for further scoring details. At the end of one with the Corvairs with the advantage in play following their 4-3 overtime loss last night. It's the Corvairs 1 and the St. Catharines Falcons no score.
In upcoming action, next home game for the Corvairs, Friday, January the 16th, hosting Ancaster. Next game time, 7:30. Friday night, come here to watch Corvairs and the Avalanche. Let's try another number for the Wineyard $10,000 shootout. 0307201. Got about 8 minutes to get down here for a chance to win $10,000. Last 4 digits on the ticket. 7201.
That's what they call it, but it's not. No, it's either two. Right? It's not even this, really. They say it's on par, but it's not. No? Their guys are a little bigger, though, but I haven't been out here. What did they say it's something new? 57. Okay.
to this All-Star game. Tickets for that are available at the table in the lobby. At a reduced rate, $5 gets you a ticket in advance to the All-Star game in Fort Erie on the 26th of January. Admission at the game will be more around the $8 to $10 range. Get your discounted pre-game purchase All-Star game ticket in the lobby this evening.
(15-6), the shots on goal advantage for the Corvairs in period number 1. Connor Patton with the only goal at the 1:26 mark. As these two teams play their final regular season game tonight. The Falcons winning the last 2 games. Of course, the Tyler Morrison game-winning goal last night. The Nick Dozy game winner in the 3-2 win back on December the 20th. The Corvairs winning November the 25th. That was the 8-1 blowout. Todd Ratchford, the game-winning goal in that one. Brendan Palasic in net for Caledonia. Palasic no longer with the team. The Corvairs winning the opening draw the second. De Laurentiis to Blunt. And throwing up the far board. Centering pass. Looking for Lepore on the forehand. Is De Laurentiis. Evans chops away at the stick of Blunt. And as a result gets the disc. The interception and tried to hit Morrison on the far side. Broderick Kelly wraps it around the wall. Evans with Blunt on him. Centering pass. D'Souza leaves it, and the shot by Miller. And Entma able to glove it down and hang on. On the out-of-town scoreboard, just up the road, the Cambridge Winterhawks and Guelph Hurricanes tied at 0. second period, 10:32 to go. Stratford and Elmira tied at 1. The Cullitons coming on as of late. The Elmira Sugar Kings, up at the top of the Midwest for most of the year. 9:41 remaining in the second in that one. Brown leaves it for Ratchford. He fans on the pass. Van Horn picks it up with Dozy on him. Breaks away, but only far enough to get it to Patton standing right beside him. Doucette gathers it in at the neutral zone, slaps it off the boards, goes after his own pass, and meets Van Horn in the corner, and he pins his man up against the boards. Patton, Brown cutting to the net. Sircone wisely back for the Falcons. Jake Brown to the front of the net. Sircone back to prevent the scoring chance. Hildebrand knocks his man hard against the wall. Patton slow to get up. Looks like a slight injury on the right shoulder. The shot by Mans high over the net and off the glass. Mans trying to glove it down, takes it himself. Hildebrand was parked in front of the net with Moran on him. So Hildebrand took the quick shot by himself. Entma making the save with a left glove. Just 1:58 into the second. Caledonia in the remainder of the series, as mentioned earlier. The shot there by Doucette. Entma gets over to the near post. A second shot by Doucette. So the Falcons out with a head of steam to start this second period, following just 6 shots on goal in the first. Matt Hoare with the 3-2 overtime winner back on October the 24th. Palasic and Delario in net in that game. Delario backing up for the Falcons tonight. Mans in the corner. And Tanev wraps his arms around him. Blunt to the far wall. Forsland up to the neutral zone. And Gomes clearing it in deep for the Corvairs. Josh Miller back for the Falcons. Cross ice feed up 2 lines to center. Hildebrand knocked off the puck. Van Horn to the wall with speed. And he collided with Evans at the far wall. In the corner, centering pass, Fontana. Sinclair's side of the net. Fontana from the forehand to the backhand. And Ziernik somehow doing the splits to make the save. 2 steps off the top of his crease. Jake Brown with the game winner on the October 4th game against St. Catharines. And the opening game of the year, the shot by Doucette. Doucette seems to like that near corner on the left side tonight. That's his 3rd shot within the first few minutes of the second period on that near corner. Play out to center. Jackson breaks it up. Doucette rings it around the boards, and Entma out to play it for the Corvairs. He leaves it for Ratchford. Pass up 2 lines looking for Trublin. Broken up by Brooker. The shot off the right side. Inside the right circle. The hard shot, the wrister by Manny Mans. Falcons inside their own line now. Ackerman gives it up on the near wall. And De Laurentiis, the quick wrist shot on the forehand. And Ziernik once again with a glove save. Brock Ackerman playing his second game with the Falcons last night. So a correction off the top of our broadcast. I mentioned it was his first game last night, so my apologies. The shot, and they score! De Laurentiis, the wrist shot to the far corner that fools everyone. And De Laurentiis, Eric De Laurentiis with his first goal as a Corvair, snuck it through traffic, nobody saw it, and the Corvairs double up their lead to 2-0 at the 4:30 mark. Caledonia winning the draw, and once again playing it up to the far board neutral zone. Excuse me. Parasato alongside the St. Catharines bench. Dozy to Parasato. Dozy cuts to the front of the net and knocks it off, sliding feet first into the near post.
21, De Laurentiis versus the Corvairs. From 89, Lepore, and 91, Hoare.
Lepore and Hoare drawing the assists. Ziernek outstanding tonight on the shots that he sees, but the shot by De Laurentiis, nobody saw that one, as it was a question mark as to whether it was actually in far corner. Peacock, the shot from far out along the right side board. We'll take a break with 14:57 remaining in the second period. It's 2-0 Corvairs. You're watching Corvair hockey on YouTube. Falcons win the draw, play it over top the head of the heads of the Caledonia Blue Liners. Blunt finally picking it up inside his own line. The draw from the right circle. The Falcons now bring it back to center. D'Souza loses the puck. Patton with Brown. Brown the shot. Patton the initial wrister. Brown to the net. Brown still digging away. Jake Brown with first a heavy wrist shot in tight to Ziernek, and then Ziernek's helmet knocked off. And Peacock to the penalty box for the Corvairs. Evans as well. Both teams are going to change lines here. They're going to be offsetting minors. Peacock in the box for the Corvairs. De Laurentiis to take the draw inside the right circle St. Catharines zone. That'll be out to Ziernek's left-hand side. Doucette and De Laurentiis on the draw. De Laurentiis wins it to the blue line across the Blunt. His shot wide and the spin around now. Doucette playing at the length of the ice. Edmund leaving it for Lepore. Lepore to the neutral zone, over to the left. De Laurentiis drops to Brown, sidewall. Three players on that far board now. Lepore tries a backhand, but diving at the top of the line is Doucette to clear out for the Falcons. Doucette now a hard hit on Brown. Surprised there was no head check there. That the refereeing in this league, they're not very lenient on checks to the head. Blunt to Brown. I thought the hit on Brown was a little high to the head as Kelly spins around, clearing at the length of the ice. 50 seconds to go in the penalty to the Falcons. Rung around the board by Van Horn. Tanev to Ratchford. The Corvairs on the power play, and Ratchford whistles it wide on the shot halfway up the net. Entma leaves for Ratchford. Ratchford across to Van Horn. Van Horn smashes it off the bottom of the board near corner St. Catharines zone. Ratchford to Van Horn. 10 seconds remaining on the penalty to Jake Evans. Moran to Ratchford. Ratchford trying to go in between the legs of Ziernik. Niagara Falls with a 2-1 lead on the Pelham Panthers at last check. The Ancaster Avalanche also with a 2-1 lead on home ice at the Morgan Firestone Arena. McEnany winds up, and Ziernik making the save. So as the Falcons had some pressure in the first part of the second period, the Corvairs now the ones that are coming on following the De Laurentiis goal through traffic to the far corner. And McEnany wires it wide. Moran moves up the half wall. Hildebrand checking him. It's played up the near side wall. McEnany from center. Backs up in his own zone before playing it to Moran. Ackerman losing it. Dozy side of the net with a quick wrist shot. Ackerman with 4 goals and 26 assists with the Pelham Panthers. A big piece of the puzzle for the then Pelham Pirates last season, although just an 8th place finish for them before being eliminated by the Corvairs last spring. And once again this year, the Panthers in that number 8 position. We saw them here last week at the HCCC. The shot, Doucette side of the net. Look for Dozy on the backhand. Caledonia with the 6-1 victory here last Saturday before the 4-1 victory in Welland. Tyler Lepore with a goal and an assist. Brown to the end line, checked by Brett Brooker. Tyler Jackson in at the end line. Cleared out to the neutral zone. Van Horn inside his own face-off circle, plays it up to Lepore. Lepore on the right wing, 3-on-2 Corvairs. Lepore heading to the net with Hoare and De Laurentiis on either side of him. Lepore tried to slide it up for Hoare. Those two already with assists tonight. 30 seconds to the midway point of this game. Caledonia with an impressive 24-point lead on the second-place team. And the junior Canadians with an opportunity to gain some ground if the Corvairs can win here tonight. Lepore slaps it down. Tries a downward deflection on the Van Horn point shot. The shot along the ice, and De Laurentiis looking for his second. De Laurentiis took it off the end board, and Ziernik sprawled out across his crease. De Laurentiis trying to lift the puck to the near corner, but to no avail. Purdy opposite D'Souza on the draw. McEnany on the right-hand side. Ackerman to the half wall. Purdy beats him there and plays it in behind the Falcon net. Purdy to the sidewall. Kept in by Moran, who clanks it around the boards out the near side. Moran stands his man up. Manny mans. Interception through the neutral zone. Ackerman with Mans to his left. And Ackerman tied up enough to not get a shot away. Tied up by Purdy. Ackerman with 2 chances. Side of the net. Tanev give and go to Purdy. A beautiful play. Tanev and Purdy going back and forth off the near side corner. Tanev giving it to Purdy in the slot, and Purdy firing just wide. D'Souza played it in. Bramwell back. Tanev to the red line. Purdy behind him, and McEnany to the net on the right side before it's broken up by Tyler Jackson. Felker in behind the Corvairs net, side of the net. Puck squirts free. It's picked up by Purdy to the red line. Fontana one-on-one to the net. Fontana to the forehand. Got behind Connor Timmins. Fontana with a burst of speed, and now Jackson knocking the Caledonia netminder over Entma. Blunt comes to his defense. And Tyler Jackson will go to the penalty box now. 8:27 to go, second period of play. Jackson 20th in league scoring, 19 goals, 23 assists for 42 points. So not good for the Falcons. He's not of any use to them sitting in the penalty box. The Corvairs trying to move to 5-2 on the season series. Corvairs next in action Friday night here at the HCCC, 7:30 p.m. against the Ancaster Avalanche. St. Catharines playing Niagara Falls in St. Catharines the same night. Note the time change. Games at the Jack Gatecliff usually starting at 7:30. That one a 7 o'clock game as it's slammed in by Brooker. Entma leaves it for Van Horn to the sidewall. Cross-ice feed. Peacock picks it up. Tries to go around Circone. Peacock to the end line on the back pass. Broken up by the Falcons. D'Souza to center ahead to Evans. Evans on goal. And the shot. Entma knocking the net off on the far side. The Caledonia turnover in the neutral zone. Evans right to the net, tried to hit Tyler Jackson on the far side. Jackson with an assist last night. Mans to the far end line, or Dozy, excuse me, plays it in for Parasato. Parasato tripped up behind the net on the body check by Tyler Lepore. Broderick Kelly slides it across, own side of his own blue line, back to center. And De Laurentiis turns around, fired in, picked off by Kelly. Kelly in behind his own net now, plays it up for Parasato. Parasato shouldered off by McEnany. Play beside the St. Catharines bench. Cleared in, Moran picks it up. De Laurentiis to McEnany, ahead for Lepore. And Lepore getting just a bit of the back of the blade on that one. And Ziernik the easy save. 6:56 to go. We'll take a break. You're watching Corvairs Hockey on YouTube. Back for the draw. Purdy wins it. It comes immediately to Paolo D'Souza. The shot off the end board by Morrison. Morrison, the turnaround, looking for Jake Evans' side of the net on the far side. Tried the wraparound on the pass. Morrison to Evans. And Forsland off on the cross-check now. A reminder, this game brought to you by real estate sales representative Roland Archer of Remax Land Exchange. If you're in the market to buy or sell a property, give them a call at 519-755-7409 or email them at roland@rolandarcher.ca. As the Falcons go to the power play, side of the net, batted away by Moran and cleared the length of the ice. The two-bouncer to Ziernik, who leaves it for the defender, Kelly. You can visit Roland online at remaxlandexchange.ca. Evans to the left wing, goes through the feet of McEnany, back to the line. Kelly fakes a shot, over to the far wall, cross-ice feed for Morrison. A nice feed there by Parasato to Morrison. Morrison unable to get the shot away at the side of the net. Kelly left side of the blue line, fires a shot, and it goes over top the Caledonia net and off the glass. Two men tie up Bramwell in the corner. That was Timmins and Morrison. 5:50 remaining in the period, 1:06 remaining in the penalty to Jamie Forsland. Sinclair to take the draw. Doucette back to the line. Mans has a look. He fires a shot. Puck is loose. Dozie's shot. Heard a clank. Don't know if it was Dozie's stick or the puck on the inside of the near post. I think it was the back of Dozie's blade. Don't believe he got that shot away. Sircone demands. Sircone unable to keep it onside. Mans back to the other side of the neutral zone. Mans to the right side at the half wall under the defender. Doucette to the net. Dozie there as well. Dozie beside the right circle. Morrison in behind the end line. Back to the right side of the blue line for Mans. Mans winds up along the ice and they score. Sircone's side of the net. Another forward, the St. Catharines center, parked there as well. I believe Mans is going to get the assist. Nicholas Dozie, the man in front. Dozie from Mans. And the Falcons cut the lead in half at the 15:03 mark. Caledonia with the first two goals of this game. Connor Patton, the deflection at 1:26 of the first. De Laurentiis has first as a Corvair at 4:30 of the second. And Dozie replying on the assist from Mans on the power play seconds ago at 15:03. Sircone getting the first assist, Mans with the second. Jackson plays it in behind the St. Catharines net. Shot by Evans, and a nice kick save by Entma. Evans, the shot, the quick wrister to the far side. The Corvairs take it right back the other way. And Ziernik hanging on. Entma with the left pad save on the far corner. Or this game would have been tied up at 2, 28-16. The shots on goal now, so the Falcons cutting into the shots on goal deficit from period number 1. 15-6 in the first period. Peacock plays it ahead to the neutral zone. McEnany back to the left side now. Hoare to the right, the shot by Moran, and once again through traffic, Ziernik making the save. D'Souza, the backhander up the far wall. McEnany to Moran. Moran to McEnany, up to Lepore, and it's broken up by D'Souza. Lepore spinning around in the neutral zone on the hit by D'Souza, and it's Doucette that'll go to the box. Two men spun Lepore around in the neutral zone. It's Doucette that will sit down for 2 minutes. So another tight one between the conference's top 2 teams, with the exception of the 8-1 victory back on Tuesday, November the 25th. 3 one-goal games out of the 7 games played, or 6 games played rather, prior to tonight. And once again, we find ourselves in that situation. Shot by Purdy off the outside of Sircone, and the resulting interception, Jackson taking it down the left wing. Tanev to Purdy, back to Tanev, and he scores! Purdy to Tanev for the second time tonight, going back and forth. They made a similar play back in the first period, and this time Tanev hitting the top corner far side on the wrist shot, and the Corvairs regain their 2-goal lead with 2:51 remaining in the period. Played in by Falker, and an immediate whistle.
Assisted by number 74, Mitch Purdy. Time for the goal, 17:09.
17:09, the official time.
Play effort by 19 Tanev from 74.
Tanev, a semi-hide on that wrist shot, took a sort of a semi-backhand shot to the opposite corner on the far side. The pass out from the near corner, and the Corvairs get their 2-goal lead back. Brown the spin around to center. Peacock from the right side. Centering pass. No one saw that pass coming, as Connor Patton falling to the ice. Now a right hand to the face. Evans taking a punch to the right side of his face from Jake Brown. Brown claiming there was an infraction prior to that. Hit to the head, the resulting call to Jake Brown, as Evans goes down in a heap. Maybe, judging by the fans' reaction, perhaps quite a bit of embellishment on that one. Doucette with Ackerman on his right side, Dozy on the left. Doucette plays it to the corner, and the Corvairs able to clear. Moran gets it just outside the line. There's no doubt that Evans took a punch to the right side of the face, but as the fans to my right are saying, a little bit of embellishment by Evans. Sircone in the neutral zone to Doucette. Ackerman to the right side of the blue line, drops for Mans, back to Ackerman. Ackerman beside the circle to the end line. Mans top of the blue line. The shot blocked by Sinclair and cleared the length of the ice. A good defensive play by Sinclair. Mans with a prior assist, the second assist on the Dozy power play goal. At the time, cut this one in half. Now 3-1 Corvairs. Tanev at the 17:09 mark. The wrist shot off the pass from the near corner. Goals in the second. De Laurentiis with his first. At the time, the 2-0 goal for the Corvairs. Timmins loses it, and Ratchford clears back to center. Kelly to the right side of the neutral zone with 32 seconds remaining. Bramwell intercepts Purdy to the net. Purdy in tight, and Ziernik keeping the pads closed right down the center to keep the disc out. Offside is Broderick Kelly on the right side. 8 seconds remaining in the penalty to Jake Brown. Dozy cutting the lead to 1 on the power play goal at the 15:03 mark. And Tanev putting the Corvairs back out in front by 2. The second time in the game they've hauled a 2-goal lead at the 17:09 mark. Picked up and cleared by Patton. The disc goes beside the St. Catharines bench and will redo the face-off with 9.3 seconds remaining in the period. Doucette in the draw opposite Patton. Doucette wins it, but it bounces around. A one bouncer to Miller. Patton to the net, the shot. Tanev the shot, and it was blocked by the number 5 defender, Falker, right at the buzzer. The Falcons winning the draw, but the Corvairs right to the attack down the left side, and a great job to get a shot away before the period expired. Tanev with the latest goal, the wrist shot to the top corner far side at 17:09. At the second intermission, it's the Caledonia Corvairs 3 and the St. Catharines Falcons 1.
Adult liquid refreshment available at the North End Arena from the Corvairs Lions Blue Line Club. Next game for the Corvairs, also a home game, Friday, January the 16th. The Corvairs will be hosting the Lancaster Avalanche. Game time is 7:30. was purchased by Josh LaPlante. Josh LaPlante, please come to the timekeeper's bench to collect your winnings in this evening's Hoppy, Pool, and Spa Gaga Bar.
A two-period total of 33-17 shots on goal in favor for the Corvairs. The Corvairs also up on the scoreboard by a score of 3-1. Tanev with the latest goal, the wrist shot to the far corner over the right shoulder of Ben Ziernik at the 17:09 mark, 2:51 remaining in the second period, as the Corvairs try to stretch their division point lead to 26 points in the Golden Horseshoe Conference. Caledonia closing in on winning the division here down the stretch. The All-Star game for the Golden Horseshoe Conference still yet to be played, as the Corvairs win the opening draw. Blunt across to Forsland, the backhander up to center ice for Lepore. Kelly, the backhander, D'Souza inside the blue line momentarily, and Blunt on the second chance plays it across to Forsland, giving it back to Blunt, and Blunt now leaving the zone with a pass cross ice to the near corner. But the pass over two lines for an icing over the red line and the St. Catharines blue line, 28 seconds into the third period. Caledonia looking for win number 5 against the Falcons in the season series. Cross ice pass. Di Lorenzo looking for his second goal, heads to the net. Knocked off by a shoulder by the defender, Miller. The shot right side by Ratchford. Hoare in front of the net looking for a tip in. Exactly 1 minute gone. Mann's head up, intercepted the pass of Ratchford. Fired it wide on the far corner. Ackerman backs off as it's rung around the board by Van Horn. Van Horn winning the Defenseman of the Month award twice this year. Puck sent the length of the ice on the far corner for an icing. 1:30 into the frame. Ancaster and Fort Erie tied at 2 with 12:56 remaining in the third. Elmira and Stratford. Elmira out in front of that one. That ought to be a good one between the first place club and Stratford in the number 3 spot in the Midwestern Division. Coming on through the mid portion of the schedule. 22-10-3 now are the Culletons. Patton with Timmins on him. Peacock loses the puck at the end line near side. Morrison, the puck deflecting off the back of his left skate. D'Souza the centering pass, looking for Morrison. Morrison not set, and he has to regroup. Here's a shot by D'Souza. What a glove save by Edma. D'Souza all alone, side of the net, and Edma robbed him. Nobody within 2 feet of D'Souza. And he tried to ring a wrist shot into the top corner near side, trying to cut the Caledonia lead to 1. Jackson back to the blue liner, Josh Miller. He sends it around the wall to the half board. Dozy in behind the Caledonia net. Miller moves up on the far side. Forsland knocks his man up against the wall. That was Doucette. Miller knocks it in with a left skate. And Purdy loses his glove and his balance in the neutral zone right by the red line. CFA penalty on the Falcons results out of that. Probably should. Some interference there in the neutral zone. And finally Miller will go to the box for a hook. He'll sit down for 2 with 17-17 remaining in the third. DiLorenzo to take the draw. Hoare slaps away at it, decides to leave for Blunt. Evans intercepts, up to Ackerman, and Lepore back to work his way underneath the right shoulder and take the disc away. Brooker at the end line. Peacock meets him there. Peacock down the near side wall. Ratchford to the upper half wall. Hoare underneath. Back to Hoare. Hoare headed to the net off the return feed from Peacock. Peacock has a look. Plays it off for Hoare's side of the net. Hoare cross ice feed. Ratchford winds up, and with Peacock moving from left to right, the shot by Ratchford. Ziernik having to be very careful to hang on with the glove. 1:09 remaining in the hook to Josh Miller. Patton on the left wing, plays it back top of the blue line. Ratchford and McEnany. Ratchford plays it down the side wall. Unable to keep it in. Ratchford plays it to the far side. The tip in by Brown. And Jake Brown and Tanev head to the net. Tanev, of course, already with a goal tonight. The third Caledonia goal. Much needed at the time as the Falcons had cut the deficit to 1 on the Nick Dozy goal. The power play marker at 15:03. Felker plays it off the glass and back to center. Ratchford inside the blue line. Backs up with Jackson forechecking, and Brown plays it to the far wall. Ziernik out to play it. The quick wrist shot with 2 men back for Caledonia. Doucette, the wrister from far out. Ratchford to Tanev. Time winding down, 14 seconds remaining in the Caledonia penalty. McEnany the shot. Puck is loose. Ziernik does the splits at the near corner, and the puck cleared, having everyone at the St. Catharines bench ducking. Dozy the wraparound. Dozy going in a continuous circle before Sinclair throws a body check. Dozy sent it out to Blakely. Blakely's shot hitting the outside of the net before a stoppage in play. Caledonia with upcoming games next weekend at home versus the Avalanche before heading to the Metroplex in Fort Erie Saturday night, 7:15. And the 23rd of January, they're in Pelham to play the Panthers. The third place junior Canadians in on January the 24th, 7:30 p.m. as the shot by Morrison high over the net and off the glass.
2 minutes, slashing.
Slashing to McEnany, excuse me. Moran inside his own line. 2 forecheckers up for the Falcons. Although it's the Falcons on the power play, Caledonia so far having them backing up with 1:10 remaining in the slashing minor. Sinclair at the red line. Kelly on him. Sinclair backhands it up the wall for Moran. Across to Moran. And Caledonia, number 1 on the penalty kill, continues to do well. The Falcons barely touching the puck aside from the 1 rush on this power play. Timmins out the other side. Fontana forechecking. Timmins plays it to Kelly. Up to the high neutral zone, and Doucette jumps offside with Dozy on the left and Ackerman on the right. Perhaps Ackerman the one offside on the left-hand side. Dozy on the left, Ackerman on the right. So my miscalculation. It was Dozy on the left-hand side on the offside. Sircone to the end line. Wraps around to the far side now, gaining speed as he continues on with the puck. Cross-ice feed. Dozy has it slapped away by Blunt. Doucette under the end line, McEnany, and it's broken up and sent to center by the Corvairs Forsland. Forsland rings it all the way around the boards. It goes out the far side, and Caledonia now back to full strength, 12:34 to go. Caledonia impressive in this third period on the penalty kill, as they continue on with the 3-1 lead. No scoring so far in the third. Tanev with Van Horn calling for the pass. Van Horn gets the pass, but then proceeds to mishandle. He plays it to the other side for Ratchford, and back in where Kelly takes it away for St. Catharines. Van Horn, D'Souza checks him heavy against the board. Van Horn went low to the boards on the body check. And the shot by Miller wide of the net and off the bottom of the board. Lepore going one-on-one. Hoare cross ice, Ratchford right side of the blue line, fires wide, and De Laurentiis picks it off the wall and fires a high wrist shot off the top of the glass. Falcons able to clear. The Corvairs go immediately back to the attack, or try to, on the line change, and they lose possession in the neutral zone. A shot by Ackerman, and Enma hanging on in the logo with 11:10 remaining in the third. Caledonia now with 166 goals for on the year. St. Catharines with 100 against on the year. Caledonia first in the conference in goals and goals against. St. Catharines second in goals for, and third Welland in the second spot in goals against. Timmins mishandles at the blue line, plays it to center. Evans tries to glove it down, finds Morrison, and Morrison shot. Morrison with just enough space beyond the right defender, Forsland, to get a nice wrist shot away and sailed it just high over the net. Forsland getting back on Mans. They both fall to the ice. Mans gets up, plays it at the far wall. Over to Sircone. Entma out to play it. Wraps it around the boards to the half side wall. Peacock picks it up at center. Tries to maneuver his way around Brooker. All four men back for the Falcons on the bigger Peacock, and the backhand out of play at the end of the St. Catharines bench. Luke Sinclair to take the draw, left circle. Fontana backhands it to Ratchford into the corner off the side wall. Trublin loses possession, and the Falcons play back to center. Brooker cross ice feed. Sircone to the Caledonia blue line. Trublin breaks it up with a backhand. Dozy tries a quick move to the forehand to move around Ratchford. Unsuccessful the first time, but the second time managed to break to the net. No shot nonetheless, and Dozy still up deep in the Caledonia zone. Shot by Ackerman, bouncing around. Ratchford picks it off to the side wall to Purdy. Purdy with speed. A nice move around Miller and the man back defending D'Souza. Whistle going with 9:07 remaining. Lots of chit chat, so we'll take a break. You're watching Caledonia Corvair hockey on YouTube.
Time to get up to 50-50 tickets. Tonight's 50-50 is worth $295. $295.
Kolaski back to Hoare on the draw. Matt Hoare with an immediate wrist shot off the draw left circle, gloved down by Ziernik.
Red numbers 041210.
Hoare beside the circle once again, rings it around the board. Ackerman at the half wall. Blakely the back pass. And it's picked up by Ackerman, cleared to the Caledonia blue line. Timmins inside the line, back to center. Up to Ackerman, and D'Souza into the corner. Lepore beats him there. Ackerman to the side wall. Hoare has his stick lifted. Blakely backhands it wide, and it's picked up by McEnany, who picks up speed. McEnany takes the shot himself and rips it out of play into the netting. Caledonia next at home, next Friday against the Ancaster Avalanche. Purdy in the draw, Tanev to the left. Play to the corner, Bramwell on the right wing, moves off into the near corner beside the end line. Forsland cross-ice feed, Blunt the shot off the back wall. And Bramwell pokes away at it as Ziernik makes the save down low. Purdy slaps it off the back wall. Purdy taking the face-off with authority. Bramwell into the corner, Purdy to the net. Purdy finds some speed and the disc out beyond the Falcon net far side. Backhanded in by Purdy from the red line now. Tries to glove it down with the right glove. Tanev around Jackson to the red line. Skating hard, Tanev. He wraps around. A lot of wraparounds in tonight's game. Forsland to the near corner. Miller down the far wall to Jackson. He mishandles the pass. Blunt deep into the Falcon zone. Dozy and icing. Dozy tried an outlet pass to Jackson, nowhere near him. And an icing with 7:02 to go. This game brought to you by real estate sales representative Roland Archer of Remax Land Exchange. If you're in the market to buy or sell a property, give him a call at 519-755-7409 or email him at roland@rolandarcher.ca. You can visit him online at remaxlandexchange.ca. A shot low to the ice there by Doucette. And a save by Entma. Doucette off the far end line. Fed it along the ice, looked to catch Entma napping, but Kevin keeping his pads together and making a nice save on the near corner. Dozy a step offside at the top of the Caledonia blue line. Recapping the scoring in this game. Connor Patton, the only goal of the first at 1:26. The deflection from Peacock, I'm saying Ratchford. We seem to have these issues on a frequent basis, so a reminder, fans, please visit the www.GOJHL.ca website or visit the Corvairs main website. You can shot from far out by Moran. You can pretty much look at any of the team websites throughout the league and find your way to any of the stats. All the point streak information is found on each and every one of them. No scoring here in the third, 3 goals in the second. De Laurentiis giving the Corvairs the 2-0 lead. The shot through traffic, which nobody saw on the far corner. Sinclair a low wrister halfway up the net. And Ziernik a glove save on the left. Dozy with a power play goal. Assist going to Manny Mans on the power play at 15:03 of the second. And Kyle Tanev restoring the Caledonia 2-goal lead at the 17:09 mark. Purdy assisting. Oh, I forgot to mention the Sircone first assist on the Dozy goal. Mans with a second, a hard hit on the near corner. Be sure to have another close look at that one on YouTube. All our games on YouTube. Every Caledonia home game from the last 3 years, as well as a few select games from throughout the league. Games as far back, ranging back to 2 years into Golden Eagle hockey. Arc Pro also spent a season covering the Hamilton Red Wings of the GOJHL. You can visit arcprohd.com for more information as Tana plays it off the glass and out. Kelly back for the Falcons. 2 Corvairs on him, still manages to get it up to Dozy. Blunt slaps it away from Kelly. Miller through the neutral zone. Enma to Blunt. Blunt a long feed to Hoare. Hoare keeps it onside. The back of his body just onside at the far wall. Dozy stood up by De Laurentiis. Neutral zone to center. Dozy to Doucette. The cross ice feed hitting the inside of the post is Manny Mans. And knocked down. Forsland knocking Nick Dozy down. Nicholas Dozy full of snow on the back end. And head coach Mike Bullard and the assistants livid. Jim Vanny and Mark Johnson also upset over the call on Forsland. Dozy now waving his arms up and down frantically. He's not pleased with the call either. Referee calling a timeout or a technical penalty. I'm thinking a timeout. Nicholas Dozy looking for an extra 2 minutes on Forsland.
Caledonia Corvairs penalty to number 27, Jamie Forsland, 2 minutes for high sticking. Time of the penalty, 15:54. Corvairs penalty, 27, Forsland, 2 minutes, high sticking.
Corvairs trying to hang on, move to their 14th home win of the season. 18-0-2 on the road. One of those 2 overtime losses coming last night. Wrapped around the boards, the Falcons now on the power play. Sircone with a fake shot to the half wall. Sircone to Kelly. The return feed, Sircone mishandles and has to back up over center. Sinclair tries to break it up. Morris into the sidewall. Morrison entering the zone. Over top the left circle, back to Kelly. Morrison down to the end line. 3:23 remaining in the third. Kelly fakes a shot. Sircone the cross ice feed. Ratchford tries to break it up. Sinclair sticking his man at the far wall. Morrison still able to get a pass across. Kelly top of the blue line to Morrison underneath side of the net. Having a look at the far end line was Jake Evans. Evans had a look to sneak it along the end line, couldn't find an initial shot, and had to try and find one somewhere else. Never did find one. Caledonia clearing. Dozy with the only power play goal on the night, but Caledonia once again excellent on the penalty kill. 12 seconds remaining on the high stick to Forsland. Falker plays it down the sidewall. Ackerman heading to the net. Dozy half wall. The cross ice feed deflects off the far wall and skips out of the zone. Edma off the glass. The very high pass. Falker obviously no chance to glove it down with a left hand. Would have had to gain another 2 feet to keep it in the zone. A whistle with 1:52 to go. 5 other games in the GOJHL tonight. Check out the GOJHL website at www.gojhl.ca. Moran whips it to the left side. Miller throws it down the half wall. Intercepted by Purdy to the neutral zone for Bramwell. The net now empty, and Bramwell hits the outside of the net. Another inch and a half, and that would have sealed it for the Corvairs. Forsland giving chase. Side of the net, Brown picks it off, back to the red line. Timmins, the turnaround, the last-ditch effort by Falker. Falker and Timmins back to provide somewhat of a defense for the empty St. Catharines net. As we hit the last minute, Moran on his man. Morrison out to the top of the left circle. D'Souza over to the left. Parasato to the side wall for Morrison. Peacock slaps at him twice. Can't get at the disc. Timmins to the backhand for Mans. Or Mans on the backhand from the feed from Timmins. Mans in the slot, the shot. 6 men in front, all kinds of traffic as Manny Mans makes the shot that deflects over top the Caledonia net. Brown tries to break it free. Centering pass. Peacock 3-on-1. Timmins, the only man back, slides it ahead. Peacock falls down, still trying to direct it toward the empty net. It bounces off the end wall. A long shot from far out by Brock Ackerman. And the Corvairs hang on for their 14th home win of the season. No scoring in the third. The Falcons applying pressure in the final minutes. The Corvairs remaining outstanding on the penalty kill. 3 goals tonight off Corvair sticks. Patton in the first at 1:26. De Laurentiis his first as a Corvair, the 4:30 mark of the second. Dozy the only power play marker for the Falcons, 15:03 of the second. And Tanev rounding out the scoring with no scoring in the third. Tanev hitting the net on the far corner, the wrist shot over the shoulder of Ben Ziernik. The 17:09 mark, 2:59 remaining in the period. The Corvairs win their 5th game of the year against the Falcons by a final score of 3-1. Upcoming games for the Corvairs: the aforementioned game against Ancaster. They also play the Meteors next Saturday, and the Pelham Panthers 7:30 in Pelham on January the 23rd before returning for a home tilt against the second place Welland Junior Canadians, 7:30 p.m. January the 24th. For the Caledonia Corvairs Hockey Club, I'm John Molson. Once again, your final score: the Caledonia Corvairs 3, the St. Catharines Falcons 1. Tanev with the final goal. De Laurentiis his first as a Corvair, the game winner at 4:30 of the second. The Corvairs win it 3-1 and complete the season series, a 5-2 season series against the St. Catharines Falcons. we're going to sign off. We'll see you for our next game, the Arc Pro presentation of Corvairs hockey, as the Corvairs face the Ancaster Avalanche. That's next Friday night, 7:30 p.m. here at the HCCC. Good night.